This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Folks, NBA players are not happy, and one of their newly minted superstars, Tyrese Haliburton, isn't happy with the new NBA rule. He calls it stupid. Let's analyze. Players like Tyrese Haliburton and I would think a guy like Joel Embiid are not happy right now, folks. Why is that the NBA got sick and tired of rest days. The NBA, let me fix myself. There we go. Gotta see the analyze. But anyway, the NBA years ago changed with the help of players like the late Kobe Bryant, helped to put levels on the money that these players make. Kobe Bryant, well known, for saying, he should not, basically, he believed that certain players, if you're on a certain level, you should not be equal. Not all NBA players are created equal. So the NBA came out with a first team, second team, third team. And players like Tyrese Haliburton right now, who's if he plays a certain amount of games, which is, according to this rule, 65 games out of the 82. You need to play a minimum of the 65 games of 82 in order to be considered for first team, second team, or third team NBA to get all defensive player or MVP honors, things like that, most improved, things like that. In order for you to be considered, you have to play at least 65 games. And Tyrese Haliburton was not happy about it. He says, quote of the day, in regards to the NBA 65 game rule minimum, "I think it's stupid." He said, let me quote him correctly, "I think it's a stupid rule, like plenty of guys in the league. But this is what the owners want. So as players, we gotta do our job and play in 65 games if we're able to. So that's what I gotta do. Take care of my body to be able to play in those games. And I think we're seeing other players in the league kind of face the same thing, as long as the owners are happy." So do you agree with Tyrese Haliburton? NBA fans, semi-analyzers, if you're tuning in, fellow analyzers, do you agree? Because I don't. I grew up as a kid watching guys like Michael Jordan play 82 games. Guys like the late Kobe Bryant, he said, look, rest day. He said, what if that game is the game where a family spent hundreds of dollars to see me play? See, this is a different generation. I don't know if, and I don't know if this generation of player understands this, or do they care? And this starts off from, believe it or not, one of the best coaches. Many people will say he's the best, one of the top NBA coaches to ever do it, in Greg Popovich. When fans were, and I don't know if the Twitterverse was around yet, or, social media like that. I don't even remember. It was years ago when Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan were just, Popovich, I guess, was tired of the back-to-back games, and he sent them on a commercial flight home. And people were like, there are reports that the Spurs are in the airport. I understand that. But you've got to understand, the NBA is big business. Big business. And Tyrese Haliburton, I saw, if you make like all NBA first team, it's like 40 million or something like that. So there's a lot of money here. But these players are going to possibly lose on extra money and extra incentives in their contracts. Look at a guy like Joel Embiid. He's having an all-world season, averaging 35 points a game, looking like a beast. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to win the MVP again. No, he's not. Joel Embiid didn't look good last night. He was limping. He looks like he's forcing himself to play. And you know what? With Jonathan Kuminga landing on him, he may not get that MVP because he may not get that 65-game minimum needed to play. As Jonathan Kuminga landed on his leg, we're still waiting to find out. Watch me post this video and it's going to break. Anyway, Joel Embiid, such and such happened. But I hope he's okay. Joel Embiid can only miss 5 more games. That's it. 5 more games. That's all he can miss. So I get what Haliburton is saying, but the NBA got sick and tired of guys resting when they were completely fine. I think things like the play-in have changed that. So you're not going to see as many guys resting just because. And, do changes need to be made to it? I mean, to me, I don't know how you change it, but to see a guy like Joel Embiid not be eligible for the MVP, that's bad. But at the same time, if you can't play the 65 games, you've got to go. Does that mean that a guy like the Joker is an automatic for it? Jason Tatum? I'll give you another candidate. Jalen Brunson. Hey, New York Knicks fans, he should be considered. So it's going to be very interesting to see. The NBA is very progressive. I feel they're always making changes. They listen to what the players want, and vice versa. So, I mean, look, they're not happy about it. I don't think they're going to get rid of the 65-game minimum because I think it works. You have guys like Kawhi Leonard playing, PG-13 playing, and guys knowing that, hey, if I want the bag, I've got to play. So it's important. What changes they make, we shall see. Now, folks, today, did you guys hear? I briefly want to go to some football. Did you hear? Jerry Jones said, yeah. He said he's cool. Basically, he said he's cool with Bill Belichick, and he could work with him. When I saw that, I'm like, whoa, message. Jerry Jones says, and this is a message to Mike McCarthy. And in regards to keeping him, I know he said that, he had to consider keeping him basically, and I'm paraphrasing, because, 3 times they've been tops in the NFC, and they're hanging on the rim. They're touching the rim, so they're close. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as we close with our By the Way segment, it's being reported that the NBA is going to expand the 2024 draft and make it a 2-day event. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do that. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm on most social media platforms. On Facebook, at SamIAnalyze. On Instagram, at SamIAnalyze. On the app, currently known as Le Twitter, at SamIAnalyze. Please like, subscribe, and as always, you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, à tout à l'heure.